Thank you all for watching.
The Real Talk podcast. The show is going to get started here in just a few minutes. You can see the ticker down there at the bottom of the screen ticking away. As soon as that hits zero, the show will start. If you are a business looking to advertise, maybe you want to have your business displayed during the podcast. Maybe you would like for Paul and DJ Gold to shout out your business and talk about your business during the podcast. Please send us an inbox or drop contact information down there in the comments, and we'll get back to you with some additional information. Paul and DJ Gold are also always looking for guests to be part of the show. If you're interested, you have a story to tell, or you have a subject matter that you need to talk about, send us an inbox again, or leave us some comments down there in the comment section, and we will get back to you with additional details.
Thank you all for watching. The Real Talk podcast. The show is going to get started here in just a few minutes. You can see the business. Gold to shout out your business and talk about your business during the podcast. Please send us an inbox or drop a contact information down there in the comments, and we'll get back to you with some additional information. Paul and DJ Gold are also always looking for guests to be part of the show. If you're interested, you have a story to tell, or you have a subject matter that you need to talk about, send us an inbox again, or leave us some comments down there in the comment section, and we will get back to you with additional details.
Sun's out. La 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 la. It feels so good. It feels so good. La 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 la. On my side. La 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 la. It feels so good.
with no stress. Yes, every minute's my best. Yes, feel like I'm winning the lottery. Buying my mama a house is harder than pottery. Winning it just like I ought to be. Things looking up, up. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 It's that tank top weather, oh. All my friends get together, oh. Feel it couldn't be better, yes. Tell me this is forever, yeah. Summer days they're getting hotter. She getting up out the water. Baby is beautiful, so that's the future is wavy. Colors are crazy. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 The chemistry's right. I'm feeling so right. Dreams flying in the sky. I'm never coming back. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh mood, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 I'm living on the bright side.
Test 1 2. Ooh. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. How
Check,
we sound,
check,
Paul?
check, check, check. We sound real good.
We check 1 2. Make sure y'all please share this video, man. If y'all can, please share this video. All right.
Check one, check one. The Real Talk Podcast.
Yeah, make sure you guys do share this video.
Testing. I can hear me now.
I'm gonna go ahead and start it, man. It's a sloppy start, but we're about to go.
Testing. There it is.
Check 1 2.
Check one, check one, check 1 2. Check one, check 2. Good evening. Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast. I am one of the hosts.
Yeah, you definitely are. Shout out to everybody checking in, man. Please share this video. Very important y'all share this video. Good vibes as always. Thank you for watching. How was your weekend, Mr. Paul?
Well, you didn't go out of town this week, so.
Well, I was definitely working.
We had Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter to everybody out there, too, that had a good Easter. What else you do?
Well, I did some extra work.
I like your cup.
Oh, Oh, you like that? I wonder who had this made for me. And I like your cup. Where you get that at?
Yeah, I was looking out for you. You know, I try to show my appreciation. Shout out to Rashid. If anybody interested, you definitely can get you a cup made just like this. Hit him up on Facebook. Rashid, make sure I say his last name right. Pritchett.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Shout out to him and his wife too, man. But yeah, you see the cups. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you, boss.
Yeah, definitely appreciate them. And yeah, I thank you, Real Talk, for everybody tuning into the Real Podcast.
We are on YouTube as well. So if you don't have Facebook, you can go to YouTube. Like, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the post notification on so when we do drop the video, you know that we got the video. You can go check it out ASAP. He don't know that because he ain't a YouTuber, but he learned it.
I'm new to the game.
All right, enough is enough, man. Go ahead, man. Let us know who we got today, Mr. Paul.
Well,
very important, man.
Very, very important. Today's special guest, Sam Cunningham.
Hands down.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, we give you a round of applause.
Right,
And he's definitely a great man, community man, family man. We're going to put it out there like that, man. Very involved in the community. Was the mayor, former mayor, all right? Am I saying that right? Former mayor.
Well, you know, here's what I say, because some people don't like the word former. Here we go. I'm Waukegan's 40th mayor.
40th.
And I am the 40th mayor of the city.
I like that.
Yeah, see?
And it keeps us like, okay. Yeah, Waukegan's 40th mayor. That's my handle.
Man, see, Waukegan's 40th mayor. Like I say, man, he's very involved, man. So, hey, I'm glad to have him as the guest today. So, y'all make sure y'all share this video, man. We finna get right to it. And y'all already know how it go. We're going to ask some questions. This ain't no, what they said, when two presidents going against each other, a campaign, a debate. This ain't
No debate, no.
This ain't no debate or nothing like that now.
Yeah.
Y'all finna just hear, hey, just stay tuned. The only way you're going to know what's going on if you stay tuned.
We gonna listen. We gonna chop it up.
There you go, Sam.
And
Perfect
just have
words.
some fun doing this session. I'm ready. I'm excited. I've been pumped all week.
Everybody at home, pray for me because I'm surrounded with some bulldogs, and y'all know I'm a ZB. There's a whole bunch of bulldogs around here.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
listen, wait a minute. We're in Zion now, so we got to get to at least Wadsworth Road.
You know, it's all love.
It is.
Definitely.
I want to just this evening, start by asking Sam, if I'm correct, is your mother from Alabama?
Yes.
Am I saying this right?
Katopa, Alabama. Yes,
That sound like the country.
that is.
That sound like the country.
Blackburn syrup.
There you go. Yeah. My roots are from Alabama. Katopa, Alabama is probably 2.5 hours south of Birmingham.
Okay.
Okay.
Deep south.
Yeah.
So when you came and moved to Illinois, correct?
Yeah, so it's called the Great Migration. If you take a look at most of African Americans from Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, they came up here for the Great Migration. What is the Great Migration? The Great Migration was in the north, there were all these factory jobs. You had from your automotives to boats to just industry. And in Waukegan was very, very rich when it came to industry. On our lakefront, we called it Below the Bluff. OMC, Johns Manville, Dexter Midland, all of these, we had roughly about 20,000 jobs that existed on our lakefront. And that's 3 shifts. So that word got out to those who are in the South, and they say, hey, it's time to hightail it up to the north, whether it be from Chicago, Detroit, then by way of Waukegan, Flint, Michigan, all of those. So that's how that Great Migration, and that existed mid-'60s up to about 70, 75. African Americans they just moved from the South to the North, looking for, that American dream. My mom and dad were not excluded from that. So they left Katopa, Alabama, husband, wife, a child, well, 2 children at the time. Well, let me step back. About 4 children. My dad had 3 children. I had already 3 children. And then my sister was, my older brother and sister were born in Alabama. Come up here to Chicago. My mom and dad moved to my dad's brothers and sisters lived in Chicago.
Okay.
Mom was like, "Hey, this city, this is too fast."
City life.
Yeah. So my aunts, Aunt Mary, Aunt Jimmy, they lived in Waukegan, and my mom was the youngest of 20 kids.
Wow.
So her sisters are almost, they could be like, they're big sisters. They make almost 8 to 19 years apart. So, she's going by her sisters.
Yeah.
And so that's how that happened. Fast forwarding, my dad dies a year after I'm born.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Yeah, so dad passed, and mom went into survival mode for her family. So that's how you see my mother today, and how passionate she is about single parent women, quality housing, making sure that you have the services that's needed, that's offered by various governments, more particularly county government. And that's the story of my mom to a certain degree. And then we'll move on to me.
Okay, tell us a little about the transition then.
The transition, so there was multiple transitions for me. So the transitions of one, growing up in public housing, single parent, that wasn't the norm as most of us back in those 60s. It was a husband, wife, house, white picket fence, 2 dogs, and a car. As we all know, particularly those in working class neighborhoods and certainly low income neighborhoods, that tradition was out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
Our parents, whether it be mom, dad, co-parenting, you live where you live, and that was your neighborhood. And that neighborhood almost became that surrogate mom, dad, certainly family. Yeah. I'm that kid. My mom, growing up in public housing, so we lived on the Genesee side and ultimately moving to the formerly Utica side, now MLK. Mom worked 2 jobs, and she was very strict on where she wanted her children to be when she wasn't at home, and that was in the house.
Yeah, that's...
Was it before the street lights?
Before street lights.
And they didn't play about that.
And they, you know what? And it's so funny because then we were like, they tripping, man. Why y'all tripping? Because we know certain football games, basketball games, things start to happen at the park.
Oh, yeah.
After them, when them lights go down.
Lights go on.
They were very strict, right? Our parents were very, very strict on that. And mine included. That transition for me that, okay, mom is doing this, but I'd like to have a little money in my pocket. So I became that guy who went to Madonia Brothers, A&P, helping moms put groceries in the car.
Yeah.
And that nickel, that dime, and when you got a quarter,
That add up.
man, a quarter.
That add up.
And you do 4 or 5 hours out there, you can get your own candy. You ain't got to ask for anything. So that transition from doing that to being what we call the brush boy. So in the barbershop, you know how, like Steve was my barber. He brushed the hair off your back. Well, that was my job.
Okay.
I was the brush one. You got out the chair, whoa, bring it down your arm, go get your jacket. You know it was working for, right? That tip.
Yeah.
You looking for that quarter tip. I went from there to a paper boy. So I had the paper route.
Wait.
That's
What
right.
you just say?
I'm a paper man. All the paper boys in the house, raise your hand.
Hey, it's crazy. I used to be a paper boy. Oh, this is a long time ago, but yeah. Then it came to the point I was just throwing the papers in the trash because I was being lazy. But paper route is a good job if you really had a big route.
So, and I had the route. Those who are from the South Side were about to understand this. So I had George Avenue up to Caroline.
Okay.
All of the public housing units, both Utica and Genesee. And then I had Brownie Street, Kennard. And back then, you had to collect the money.
Oh, first?
You had to collect on Saturdays was your collection day.
Yeah.
Now, here is where being a paper boy really was interesting. You don't get paid until you collect the monthly subscription for having a paper.
Right.
So my money was included. So you know the skills I gained, right? You had to know how to knock on the door, what time to knock on the door, and how to ask for the money.
Definitely. You definitely do. Because
So I became a salesman.
too early, people won't answer.
Oh, yeah, you can cancel Christmas.
Yeah, too early, people ain't going to answer.
Yeah.
But some people want that Saturday paper 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. But when you come to collect, they just might not answer at 6, 7 in the morning.
So it was quite interesting. So I was able to really, really, really do that well. Became paper boy of the month, picture in the paper, a little article. So I'm on cloud 9. Me and Day Jones. So Day had the west side, I had the south side.
Day Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
From there, I moved over to, and here's where I'm really known at. At 10th and Lewis, it was called Pete's Fruit Market. Pete's Fruit Market I started there, I was 13 years old. And man, that really changed my life. So while everybody else was at home doing their thing, I was working, man.
That's what's up.
So my day would start, I get up in the morning, I go to school, I played football, basketball, went to practice, and I went to the fruit market afterwards. So I didn't get home at 10 o'clock at night. Every night from 13 till I graduated from high school. So obviously I missed a lot of things that really went on in the neighborhood. But on the flip side, I was gaining entrepreneurship, how to be customer service, how to be committed, how to be on time. And I just assumed everybody was going through that. Mm-hmm. My point. No, they were not.
Right.
So that's what I knew. So as I'm growing up and understanding small business, and Pete, here's what Pete really taught me. He said, and he called me Jum Jum. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm about to hit you with that. I need to know that.
He called me Jum Jum.
Yeah.
Jum Jum.
How he get that nickname Jum Jum,
See,
man?
he would say Jum Jum because Pete had a strong Greek accent. If you take care of the customer take care of you. And that stuck with me my entire life with everything that I did. Man, if you treat that customer right, they'll treat you right. And the things that I was able to not only learn from that, build from that, I take that to me from as a little boy to a teenager to a young man to an adult to a father, from alderman to mayor, and what I'm doing now, my own business as insurance agency. Okay. So that's the transition.
And that's from the South.
Yeah, that's
to the fast, pretty much the fast lane.
Absolutely.
They drive much faster up here. I think it's more cars than highways might be.
Oh my goodness, man! Dirt roads, no street lights, outhouses. You got it all. But that's our parents, though. You know what? That's our parents.
Let me shout out to a few people that is tuning in. They just want to say, hey, how you doing, Sam? Kenneth Smith, Rob Vaughn checking in.
Rob Vaughn.
Yeah, Darlin checking in. Dennis Sins, which is Unforgiven. Shout out to them. They shared the video and everything, checking in.
Thank you very much.
Somebody said love Pete's.
Yeah.
That's Darlin. Darlin Davis.
Oh, wow, man. So many people see me like, aren't you that little black boy that was behind? Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm doing it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So going back to my tip days, my cousin and I, Wayne Hill, you would know what customers would give you a dime, a nickel, $1.
Y'all was picking?
Oh, bro. them tips. So you in there, so Peter say, Sam, he'll say, Jum, you got the apples and the oranges. That means my job is to make sure to restock them all the time. Wayne, you had the vegetables. Man, that right customer come through the door, you were like, okay. You have to run. You got to run up there and be the one to pick up the bag or the box to take it to the car. Wow. She was like, yeah, that's 50 cents. But at the end of the night,
Hey, that's crazy how 50 Cent is a lot of money back then, though.
So, you know,
There's a lot of money, Paul. It was a lot back then.
I know.
And Pete taught us, yes, sir, no, sir, everybody. And the customer's always right.
And that's
I'm like,
respectful.
Bruh, he told me one time, he said, we got mad at him, right? He said, I said, Pete, why are you taking this back? This is good. There's nothing wrong with it. He said this. If I didn't take that back and they complain, they go 12. They go tell 12 people. That's 12 people not coming back to my store. Yeah. But if I take this back and it only costs me $1, why wouldn't I? They're going to go tell 12 other people, Pete took care of me.
Wow.
Definitely.
But that's deep.
Yeah.
And I hold that with me today. And we'll get into that, what that really means for me today.
So another thing, what schools did you attend, like in Waukegan? Growing up, starting way back.
Yeah, so elementary.
June.
Right, yeah, that's where it started. So elementary was Carmen.
Okay.
Today it's called Carmen Buckner. Obviously, you know about that.
Yeah.
And then, listen, if you're from the south side of Waukegan, let me put it this way. Anything west of Washington Street, you going to Thomas Jefferson.
I went to Webster.
You went to Webb?
Yeah. I'm Yeoman Block, 1014.
Oh, no, that's why you went to Webb.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Glen Flora, Webster.
Yeah.
Waukegan High School, Bulldog.
So anything south, anything north of Washington.
Look at them get red over there, Sam.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be okay, man. You surrounded by Bulldogs. You know, we represent Waukegan, man.
So then from Thomas Jefferson, obviously, you know, we went to Bulldogs, man.
But I definitely love the South Side, and I've been around the South Side all my life.
Man.
Like, can't nobody say I haven't been on the South Side from the Y. You got to figure my grandmother, Miss Bryce, she lived on Utica, then she went on Lenox, so it's like I've been on the South Side all my life.
Man, you deep South Side.
Even though I'm from Zion.
Pete the Tramp, I got a you know, McAllister Stowe, all them, like, you know, they've been, I don't know, they're not black owned now, but I know they were back then. So
absolutely.
that's how we remember all of them. And
Well, you didn't go to Ray's restaurant, so I'm definitely not talking to you.
that's before my, what's
Right.
Ray's?
Ray's restaurant.
Bruh.
Explain to him, Sam, please.
Man. So there's breakfast food.
Breakfast food. So
Okay.
like a Jesse's almost.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Ray's Restaurant is that building at, you know where the Housing Authority building's at, right? Belvedere, and MLK.
Okay, yeah. It's right
That
there.
that
Yeah.
building that was called Ray's Restaurant.
Speak to him.
It was something else though too, right?
No,
Ray's
for us, it was,
Restaurant.
for me, it was Ray's Restaurant.
For me, it was
Every
Ray's
morning,
restaurant.
every morning, he had the best breakfast in town.
Early in the morning.
You couldn't get in there.
Sam, tell him early in the morning.
But yes,
At
5:30.
Ray's.
At Ray's Restaurant.
Ray's
Because
Restaurant.
back then, that's when the steel mills and all those
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
Talk to 'em.
those guys were eating breakfast, man.
Eating.
And them plates. Oh my goodness, man.
Well, see, I remember, like you say, was it Johns Mansville? You said
All them.
So I never seen it, but I remember my dad telling me, like, if you was black, that's where you was working. My dad black, so you know that's where you work at.
That's
where
where you
he
work
first
at.
started at. So I remember all that. But
Absolutely.
Ray's was the place to eat
Oh
Yes.
back then.
Ray's,
Yes.
Central, all them joints, man. So and it was a great economy. And Ray was a black guy, black man, had a restaurant, did his thing, good food, good service, and 2 or 3 o'clock closed down. Come back the next morning.
Okay, then. So
Open early in the morning, though.
4:30. You there?
You get
So-
there at 4:30 in the morning.
so back then, that was like the place to go for you too, right? Pretty much to eat.
Oh, Ray's. So for me, it was Jordy's, Ray's Restaurant, and then Aunt Millie's, where Jesse got his start at.
So that's where I'm finna go to next. Then. So today, where's your favorite place?
Oh man,
Don't you do it.
No, I'm just asking. You know,
Don't you
'cause,
do it.
Hey, one thing I see about this, our mayor.
Welcome to the Real
One
Talk
thing,
Podcast.
one thing I see though, he definitely asks on Facebook. You know, I follow him all social media platforms.
Yeah.
He asks people like, "What should we eat today?" Or you know, "Where did y'all go here?" Or his favorite place. He'll tell you where he goes and where he likes to eat at. So I just want to ask now. You know, Where is your favorite place?
He gonna drop me on that
He
spot.
gonna do
man.
it to you right
But
now.
you know, listen. So places that I go.
No,
I like
places.
I like their food. I love their
You
food. But to say that there's one specific spot that is mine. I'm a breakfast guy. I love breakfast
too. I'm a breakfast guy.
between Jesse's and certainly Juan's Chuck Wagon. But Jesse's, Juan's Chuck Wagon, Gojo's. Those are my favorite breakfast spots. Now Monica's, now the old Jesse's.
Old Jesse's.
Oh man, they banging. Bro,
See,
they banging, man.
And I haven't been there.
Oh my
Because back in the day, I remember Jesse there because that's where the Jesse special
Yeah.
started at.
So
at that
Monica's now. Those are my deals. You know, Bob and Ann's got the turkey bacon. I'm a turkey bacon man.
Okay,
I'm
yo.
grits. I'm grits though, bro.
There you go.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm grits.
Well, Paul, you know you don't look like you eat nothing turkey, so
All pork.
don't be over there vouching for turkey.
Yeah.
For my older people out there, I grew up with the Ray's restaurants and the Javelin. Y'all forgot about the Javelin.
So wasn't the Javelin be after Ray's then?
No,
Hardee's. It was something else.
it was right along the times
So
there.
Javelin's be like my mom.
There you go.
Your grandparents.
Talk
because-
to
So
'em now.
Javelin
Yeah.
is the old Bob and Ann's.
No. No, you know what? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it went down the street,
Yes.
Yeah,
across
it
the
went
street
down
from
the-
churches.
So Javelin is Bob and Ann, same thing. Yeah.
Then it went down the street to churches.
So
Next door to church, across the street from churches.
yes. So what it really was, it depends on what side of town. If you on the north side, they would tell you Javelin, Bob and Ann's. If you from like in the middle of town, Chuck Wagon, Jesse's.
Well, you know that's my spot, Chuck.
In the south side, and I understand now, there was very few places that we could truly go.
They ain't have.
People of color. So Ray's, not only was that, now I'm about to hit y'all with something. On May Street, next to next to
A Street. Okay.
on May Street. Let's go to May Street, and I forget the
McKnight
name.
Auto.
Across the street, there was a restaurant there. Oh my
Okay.
goodness! Oh my!
I forgot the name. I know what he about to
That
say.
was a spot.
I don't ever remember no.
You don't. Ask your dad about that one. Oh my goodness, what is
He probably already here
the Rainbow?
counting it.
You know the Rainbow used to be at, right?
That's on the side of McAllister store, right?
Right. That building, so the Rainbow had an entrance, and there was another little entrance. There was a restaurant right in there. Yeah, bruh.
Did you know that?
Somebody said the Church's Chicken and PR restaurant.
Now that's that. I don't know PR now. Which one is PR?
PR might stand for Puerto Rican
Yeah.
because this guy
Well,
is
next
Puerto
to
Rican.
no, the Puerto Rican restaurant and the
Puerto Rican
Javelin was the same side.
Society,
Yes, Puerto Rican Society.
Okay, Puerto
was
Rican
right there,
Society, that's
and
what it
then right there,
okay.
and then churches was right at the corner. And see, when it was a Salvation Army, you would go down that street
Yeah.
there before they finished the Amstead.
I used to shop at the Salvation Army.
Did you go to Slater's while we on that subject?
My dad used to get that.
okay.
Yeah,
Slater's?
Okay.
yeah. I'm telling you, I used
Friday
to
night?
listen.
There you go.
I go fishing with Mr. Slater. Back in the day, I went fishing with Mr. Slater. Like I
Okay.
say, you could Pete the Trap. I know he ain't watching this because he don't know nothing about no social media. But if he was, he can vouch for all of
He
this.
listened.
Yeah, all the skunks, kid. Linus and Shaky, they can definitely vouch for it. But
Yeah.
I've been fishing with Mr. Slater for years, and they used to, like, man, why does he hold his fishing pole in his hand? But them old guys are moving so slow, so I was bringing them in, so they love to come get me because I didn't ever keep the fish. I always catch and release, Sam. I don't keep no fish.
I know.
I
know,
catch
man.
and release. So
Kenny Smith looking at you right now.
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Mr. Kenneth Smith too.
Yeah,
man.
Kenny, man. Kenny.
Okay, let me get back to this. I gotta ask Sam this. I definitely gotta ask him. Favorite teacher, most impactful teacher, and why? I gotta give it to you. Come on, give it to me.
Well,
Favorite teacher.
No, I can't. I don't have one. I really don't, man. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna give you the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And I call them frontline educators. The frontline educators in the Waukegan Public School District, man, give them a huge shout out for what the things that they do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For the things that they do to try to educate our young men and women, and I am no different. Certainly was not the best student, but if it wasn't for, I'm gonna call it the but for, if it wasn't for them, I would not be where I'm at right now. Reading and writing levels was not there. My confidence wasn't there. it was those frontline educators from the 3rd grade on, and it probably was before then. I just didn't realize it. But from the 3rd grade on, man, they would come and get me, spend extra time with me, and I wish I could say it was one of them, but I mean all of them, from K through 12 and even into college. Sam, you got it. Sam, you got it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you have to read the stories over and over and over again. But once you got it, you have it. It was them and some of my classmates, and certainly my brothers and sisters, pushing, encouraging, and giving me the confidence to don't stop. Hence, that's why when I ran for mayor for a time, I went back to that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I'm glad you said that. I got to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What made you want to become the mayor?
Well, and that's... so,
hey, let's go.
That was, hey.
Let's go, DJ Gold.
That was a good question there, right behind that.
I just want to know.
So growing up on the south side of town,
okay, now
all of us knew the alderman, Robert Evans, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Robert Evans.
Everybody know Rob Evans.
So Robert Evans, for us, and I'm going to say for me, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, so while we did not have a lot of people of color on the school board, the park district board, the YMCA board, all we had was Bob Evans. So Bob served as a voice on all of those platforms. And serving as a voice, my mom was in it. Okay. My mom was the president of the Tenants Association for the public housing units on the Utica end. We were just there. So I assumed that's what we were supposed to do.
Right.
And it was a love for helping people. But it goes back to my days at the fruit market. Service. Servicing people is the best thing in the world that a person can do.
There you go.
When you give them the right service, they respond. So, moving forward, well, black people want this, black people want that. No, it's not that we want this. We deserve this. And let me give you an example. Police used to have the thing serve and protect. Okay, only time we would see them when they come and arrest somebody.
That's it.
That's the only time we see the police. But in other neighborhoods, well, we don't have no crime over here. Well, why don't you have no crime? Because there's an officer on every corner. They ride up and down the street. Now, will that stop? Will that ever just stop crime? No. But it dang sure will prevent crime. In our neighborhoods, if you get stabbed, shot, beat up, God forbid if a young lady got sexually assaulted, that's when they would come. Or at least that's how we felt.
Right.
So I said to myself, as I'm moving on, if you guys stayed on the block, then you can prevent some things from happening.
You're stopping all crime. You're stopping all crime.
So you're saying
I got no license. I drive down there.
Why is the neighborhood over here does not have as much crime than the neighborhood on the south side? And the word always went out because they black, because they Latino, because they poor, because they uneducated. Nah, because you are allowing me to do things that you won't allow in another neighborhood. So hence, I'm moving forward. I'm like, that makes sense. Okay, why are some of our children falling behind in the educational system? They got the new books. They got all the pencils and papers. You got the better building.
new iPads.
New iPads. So I'm saying,
new.
And now here's the kicker. We'll talk about this. When you do a city budget, it don't say put all the money over here. It says spread it out equally. When you do the school board budget, it don't say put all the money at Webster and Jack Benny. It says don't forget about Carmen, don't forget about Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, can't forget about
And then
every school.
You're supposed to go by the need.
Okay.
If the need says there's more crime over here, you would think there would be more what?
Police.
More policemen over here.
In that area.
24/7?
24/7. So you go to where the need is. And so as a representative, that's my job. So as I watch, the Robert Evans, the Lucius Copeland, the Frank Harris, the Lawrence Tempest, the Don Weekleys, the John Balins, the Garcias, I'm looking and saying, okay, part of my responsibility is to make sure if this building gets $100, then that building gets $100. Well, why aren't we doing that building for $100? That building doesn't need $100 worth of work. So you then take the extra money and putting it to the building that needs the most work to it. That makes practical and common sense, right?
Makes it.
Make plenty
Supposed
of
to be.
sense.
It's supposed to be.
It's
So
supposed to be.
as I'm learning and understanding and developing, I'm in college. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be an alderman. And I thought being an alderman was it. I'm gonna be man, to make real change and to make policy and to guide and direct and lead, you need to be the mayor.
And to me, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off, Mr. Mayor. Go ahead.
So after my second term as being an alderman, man, I'm running for mayor. That's where it really happens at. Hopefully that answers that question.
No,
Go ahead
I was
with your
gonna
thought.
say, like, I think the mayor, to me, I ain't saying the presidency, being the president ain't important, but the mayor is like the next important thing because it's like the community president. You know what I mean? It's like our city president.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like being the mayor is very important, and people need to understand that. Like, the mayor is important.
And you know what? National politics it consumes us from a voting base from so much. Because why? You see those ads every 15 seconds. When you see those in the local ads, we don't have the money they have to put them ads out there.
Oh yeah, they got commercial,
Okay.
radio ads.
I mean, everything.
Constantly, every day, all day.
So it's advertising. It's essentially just advertising.
Okay.
On the local level, now you have to go what? You have to sit up and talk to Paul, DJ Go, in order to get that messaging out. So to your listeners who are out there, please, I know we're gonna talk about this later, but I have to throw this out this. The noise. Or I call it distractions. How do we get distracted? I used to tell my daughters, when you're playing sports, you got to stay focused.
There you go.
What's a distraction, Dad? Boys.
Oh yeah,
'Cause when they come into the picture, you ain't practicing no more.
instant distraction.
And
Instant
vice versa for young men.
That one for men. That's what I wanted you to say. Football got cheerleaders.
See what I'm saying? So when you stay focused, and what is staying focused in the political arena? The issues. What are the issues? Taxes. What are the other issues? Funding for education. What are the other issues? Making sure you have good police, good fire, good public works, good streets, good sidewalks, safety. These are the focal group. The noise is, man, you didn't help me pay my water bill. That's the noise.
Yeah.
You don't like, you trying to shut me down because you don't like me. That's the noise. And sometimes in our community, because we get so emotional about certain things, we then get caught up in the noise. And next thing you know, they done swooped in on us and took away the very resource that's needed to help your son, my daughter, become educated, get a quality education, be able to go to college, and come back here and set up a podcast studio and make millions.
So, with that being said, now what's the hardest part of being mayor? Since we talking, I got to know.
Now, what he was saying, it sounded like being a mayor is too hard.
Yeah,
for me. Too much responsibility. Like, you got to worry about the schools, you got to worry about the police, you got to worry about fire. What else you got to worry about?
Street, he said the streets and everything.
Oh yeah, the streets, everything.
Let's break this down.
That's a lot of work, man.
So the confusion really happens in Waukegan because we get what we think a mayor is from the city of Chicago. So the mayor in Chicago is responsible for the school district, the park district, the public housing, and the city government.
Well,
What is city government? The biggest portion of city government is police and fire and public works. If you take a look at those budgets, they make up roughly 90 to 95% of your operating budget.
That's a lot. That's almost all of it.
That's almost
Yeah.
that is of it.
That's
The other
almost all of it.
5% is city
And
services.
see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know this.
Now in Waukegan, the mayor is only responsible for city government, police, fire, public works. We call central service, which is city hall, and we have a utility. What is our utility? Water. We have one of the most precious commodities that we have a water plant.
Right.
Our water plant is as good as oil and gas. And we'll get into that a little bit later.
Didn't know that.
The mayor is not responsible for the park district like the mayor is responsible for the park district in Chicago.
Okay.
The mayor of Waukegan is not responsible for the school district. They are independent taxing bodies. That's why they have their own school board and own budgets. Actually, the school board's budget is it's bigger than the cities. It's way bigger than the cities.
Man.
School budget, I bet you their budget about $500 million. They got 1,200
But they get the budget every year?
every year.
500 million?
Yeah, and most of that is teachers.
Right.
You know, they got 1,200. They have 1,200 personnel. I think they have about 1,300. The superintendent is responsible for 1,200 bodies. The mayor of Waukegan is responsible for about. In my time, I had 483. I think today the current mayor is around 5'10", 5'11".
Wow.
That's a lot of bodies. Breaking it down, the police budget, and I just saw this just recently. I think the police budget now is about $42 million. When I was mayor, they was right around 37. Fire budget is about 27 million, maybe 30. When I was mayor, it's probably around 19, 20. Public Works is doing about 9 million. Your water plant, it generates some good stuff, man.
We get some information tonight.
Yeah.
Because I definitely didn't know none of this.
And
This
I'm pretty
right
sure
here.
a lot of people on here.
If you don't know about this, this is some
This the
information
mayor
for
life.
you.
This the mayor life right
This
here.
is-
y'all. So it's just bigger than just sitting up on that chair, kicking your feet up.
Yeah.
Watching Sam from the Sun, all that. That's bigger. It's bigger than this, y'all.
I really want to say what I love being about mayor. What I love being about mayor is watching people come in and speak to the mayor, or I go and talk to schools, and I tell them my story of how I became mayor,
There you go.
where I started from to where I'm at, and the pride that comes on their faces. They can't believe that even exists
From the hood.
from the hood.
Yeah, the neighborhood. It's
The
as
From the
simple as
neighborhood.
that.
And so
It's not impossible.
to give that to them, and all walks of life, black, white, male, female, Latina, understanding hard work. When you put that work in, it pays off. But you got to put the work in.
Okay.
And that's certainly when you have big projects. I know some say, so Waukegan, from 1993, we tried to get a entertainment center here. People call it a casino. From 1993.
That's when I graduated.
So we started in 1993 trying to get
No.
this entertainment center here. That happened under my watch. So I went back to each and every mayor, and I called and was like, we did it. We
Yeah.
did it. You talking about pride? So Mayor Morris, who's living, Mayor Hyde was then, Mayor Motley was there.
And I do remember all these mayors from Sabanjan, all
all
of
the
them,
way down.
Motley, all of them. But
I'm a little kid. This happened, man. I was the pride on my face that, man, this happened with me. I was able to help bring this vision to reality.
Right.
And of course, I was the mayor at the time, but you have partners who did that. But you're talking about pride. That's the pride and the strength of that. When we say Waukegan strong, staying focused, staying on that battlefield, and delivering. And that goes throughout the Tri-City, Waukegan and Chicago, Zion, because we all have a story to tell.
No,
And
that's right.
That's part of our story, man.
Real quick, so what was the most challenging part of being a mayor during COVID, man? When it was COVID, I need to know. I got to know, Gold. I got to know. Sam, I got to know.
It probably was stressful as hell.
Man, COVID, during COVID, tell the people
stressful as
right
hell,
now.
man.
So so for most of you, part of my background, I worked and I started off at Enterprise. I started off with Metropolitan Life Insurance. Then I went to Enterprise Rent a Car. From Enterprise Rent a Car, I went to Allstate Insurance Company. All of those things taught me how to be a leader. One, they taught you how to lead, not to manage, but how to lead. Second, it helped you with crisis management.
There we go.
Right, crisis management.
Yeah.
And it was second nature to me. To be honest, man, managing through that was easy.
Save your money.
It was easy. So, what was one of the most difficult things that I had to endure? If you're talking about the first council meeting, I learned I'm $3 million in debt. I was like, all right, what we do? Bring our spending down. Bring our spending down. Everybody, we're going to chip away at this thing year by year. Don't try to knock it out in 1 year. Most mayors want to get rid of it in 1 year.
Well, most of these people that's watching and probably going to watch this on down the road think you can jump in to be a mayor today and just make things change overnight. Like that's what they expect out of everybody nowadays. They just expect you to just, okay, we vote him in. I need him to change it overnight. It ain't gonna happen. Everything is a process, y'all, and it takes time. So being a mayor, you gotta just bear with it, y'all. It's a process. It's a step, but
it is, and it's a very good process. I think for your listeners is they need to hear this about that process.
Yeah.
So we $3 million in debt. First thing I said at council meeting, we're not gonna knock this overnight. We're gonna chip away at this every year until we get it to a point. Next thing we do, we bring down our spending. Everybody, what our budget was this year, that's what it's going to be next year and the following year. So there's no increase. Boom.
No, that's good because they say United States go up every second.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
You implement, and then these are professionals. They adjust. Second, we come in, a sinkhole. Remember the sinkhole on Washington Street?
Yep.
I'm at a mayor's conference. I get a phone call, Mayor, Washington Street just fell in. I said, what do you mean just fell in? I thought, no, there was a sinkhole that went 50 feet deep.
Whoa.
120 feet width, 200 feet length.
I never heard about that one.
Yeah, Washington Street was shut
Washington
off.
Street was shut down.
I just don't.
It's called a culvert.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna help you. Do you know Belvedere Park?
Yeah.
Underneath the bridge, you can see underneath the bridge
You can right there, like.
the little walkway through
Yeah.
the water. That's called a culvert.
Okay.
That collapsed on Washington Street.
Dang.
Yes. So
Right by the laundromat, right over there by the laundromat.
right there by
Yeah.
old Arnold's. Remember Arnold's?
Yeah, I remember Arnold.
Yeah.
The
So
only place
that
you can get
happened.
Carhartt at.
That happened. That happened, man. And I'm away. Mayor, you got to get back here. I got to get back.
Mm-hmm.
We get back here. We set it up. Now, here's what people didn't know. AT&T
Okay.
has a building next door to City Hall. That brown brick building next to the corner,
Yes.
that's an old AT&T building.
Illinois Bell.
Okay, Illinois Bell.
Yeah.
So they they kept the building because all of their data and stuff is still going through there.
Okay.
So when the road collapsed, their wires were hanging.
Wow.
If they would have dropped, it would have cut out AT&T up to Route 45.
Oh, she talking about 5 miles.
So
Wow.
Not
we
further.
had to put something together like within 24 hours. So we had to get 2 cranes,
Okay.
being manned 24 hours a day until the bridge got there. Their crane had to hold the wires up. It had to be manned 24 hours a day.
Wow.
And they wanted us to pay for it, but you know, Southside came in. You know that, right? So we talk about that. Let's go to the unfortunate blow up. Remember the building blew up on Sunset?
Correct.
Man,
I remember that one.
Man.
That was
I'm
sad.
doing interviews. I'm doing this. I'm on seeing people tell me. And it was constant. Take a little bit further now. COVID come in, man. COVID-19 come in. It doesn't shut down a city. It don't shut down a county, a state. It shuts down the world.
Yeah. Definitely did.
The
Yes.
world got shut down.
You definitely was live telling us about it.
And
what we could do.
That was history. Like,
It wasn't it?
Like, that was scary history. Like, you
Yes,
would never
man.
thought in a million years that would have happened.
Tell me
Never.
about
So
it.
I'm on the phone. You're on the phone literally with the president of the United States, the vice president, because it went from the president to the governor down to the cities. So if you notice, every time the president declared something or said something, then the governor came and did it. Then after the governor, then the mayors. That was the protocol.
Call and I.
So the protocol, you wait to the president, then the governor, then the me.
Yep.
These were declarations, had to be done. We had to do them each and every time. I was in meetings every day, all day, just talking about what about this, how can we do this, and it was just constant. It was very fluid, and we had to do it. If we have to truly talk about the worst time I had to be mayor, I have to go back to the police-involved shooting.
Uh-oh.
See, it just wasn't a police-involved shooting, y'all. It was somebody that I don't just know.
Right.
I grew up with.
Okay.
The great grandmother used to change my diapers.
Yeah.
Her great grandmother knew my grandparents, my mom, so this is just not a normal police-involved shooting.
Right.
The Stinnetts, bruh.
I grew up with the Stinnetts. I noticed the Nets.
Already.
I'm in 565 Utica. Stinnetts is
Yeah.
what, 100 feet across the street, next door to the Handies.
Yeah.
So all of this, man, I'm saying to myself, I'm so proud to be mayor. I'm saying to myself, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening.
You went through a lot. And I didn't even really, when I was sitting there, I said, you know what, I'm going to ask the mayor some questions, Sam some questions. I want to just get down to it.
They think it's easy. I mean, people probably think the mayor job is easy, but it's not.
Not just the people I did. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. That's why this is called the Real Talk Podcast.
Yeah.
I really thought it was just about going there, probably going a couple meetings, doing whatever. I'm being for real.
Yes.
49 years old. I'm thinking this is what, and I started paying attention to what a lot of people, city hall meetings and stuff, just doing a little bit.
Well, hell,
I wasn't trying to pay attention.
It sounds like anytime something go wrong, they call in the mayor, or if something happened, it's like straight to the mayor.
I'm surprised he ain't got no gray hair.
Because the decisions, every decision, the mayor has to be the last one to make. Just as the governor, as the president. And do you feel the way? Yeah, you feel the way. You do. But you have to have people to fall back on and things like that. But if you had to ask me, probably the most challenging time of being the mayor, it was there. The police involved shooting, but the connection and the relationship I had with the family, man, how do I call?
Major shout out to the Stinnett family.
How do I call Josie and say, how do I call, the Johnsons and say, how do you, I'm sitting here like, man, I got to make this phone call.
Yeah.
And the attorneys, here's what the attorneys don't want you doing. They don't want you making a phone call. They don't want you saying nothing. Here's why, everybody. Anything that I say can be used against the city. Anything I say, anything that I do can be used in a lawsuit. So that's why the lawyers get in it and be like, can't say anything. You can't say anything. You can't talk to them. We don't need you talking to him. If you said this, it might. I was like, bro, listen. Here's what I said. Listen, I got to go back
to the south side.
To the south side and see. So here's a very surreal moment. I'm talking to the mother and her sisters. They know me, you know. Right. A couple of them slipped and said, June, because that's how much we know. And you know who got on the phone? Their grandmother. I said, who called? She said, it wasn't me. Because we all know. We all know.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. And she said, Junior, I want you to come down and see me. Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll be there.
Just like that.
And so, I reverted back to that kid on the set. Mm-hmm. It took me right there. And I'm the mayor. I went right there just that quick. And everybody in the room said, yeah, that's that. Heads went down. That's grandma.
You know that's
I
right.
ain't talking to everybody. I'm like, and so that was very, very difficult and quite challenging. But here is the leadership. It had to be done. We made the decision, certainly, to terminate the police officer, try to give the family as much as we possibly can. But one of the deals I did tell them, y'all, it's gonna come a time when I cannot talk to you anymore.
Right.
Get your attorney.
Right.
Because I can't. And that's the separation. Mm-hmm. That's the separation. And that's part of being a mayor.
Right.
A host of others, but that was a difficult time, and it was an emotional time, certainly.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Am I able to ask whatever happened with that? The police was the police wrong?
I think yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's what we said. We said that he did not follow procedures and protocols.
Okay.
And that allowed us to terminate him on those grounds, and he didn't. But now it's in the hands of the it was state police. I think the state's attorney. I think the Illinois state's attorney has filed charges against him. So kind of wait till that process play out.
Okay.
And go from there. But I'm gonna close out with this. I met with the family because I just thought you were supposed to meet with the families. The Ben Crump is in my office. Mm-hmm. Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. is in my office. Bishop Grant is in my office. Mm. You know what they said? Mm. You're the first mayor that ever met with the families. All right. I said, man, you crazy. I said, no wonder they was tearing up them cities. You didn't respect them enough.
Yeah.
That's the difference when you have leaders who understand their community.
Because a lot of people don't understand the community.
And they want to be leaders.
Then that's like, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people that's in office, like, and it may just not be Waukegan and other cities. But
countrywide.
Yeah.
That's countrywide, man.
Like, you don't know nothing about the community. Like, how is you even part of the community or even running for anything got to do with the community? So I feel what he's saying. And like I say, condolence to the whole Stinnett family.
Absolutely.
Like, that was definitely sad.
And the Johnsons. Yeah, absolutely.
Johnson.
It's trauma.
But I do think if police wrong, you're wrong at the end of the day.
Stand up, get it done.
Yeah, you wrong. So, like I said, I'm going to leave that at that.
Yeah.
And, we're going to go on to the next question because
okay,
I don't want nothing to go
yeah.
south.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because I do believe that you have good police. You do have good police, but you have some police that's just not ready to go out in the field yet. Maybe they need to sit down, write some traffic tickets first, get bought in, right?
So I'm going to segue to the next question. It all boils down to leadership.
Right.
Listen to this, everybody. And leaders make decisions that other people don't want to make.
Right.
If you don't want to make them, get out.
Mm-hmm. You heard it. So, we got a beautiful part of Waukegan's beautiful. We so diverse and stuff like that. What did it mean for you to become the city's first black mayor?
Honestly, I didn't even realize we were doing that. Because I'm running 4 times, bro. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get that championship,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So once we won, all of a sudden, first black mayor, first black mayor, first black mayor. And in my mind, I'm about to be the mayor. I got to go up and do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. So it came full circle as it was getting closer to that day. Mm-hmm. And only thing was on my mind, you're going to appreciate it in you.
Right.
Don't mess up.
Oh.
Don't mess up.
All eyes on you.
All eyes on you.
You know,
It's even
You
eyes,
just he just
it's
explained
just
it.
even eyes that ain't even from Waukegan.
Hey, listen, he just explained everything the mayor has to do, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad I didn't know. I didn't know none of that.
you know, check this box, check that box, make this sure, you know, you double check. All I was just thinking about, I cannot mess this up.
So look here. Who all reports to the mayor? So and what all you know what departments or whatever. So
theoretically,
Right.
theoretically, everybody actually reports to the mayor.
no, you saying everybody.
Everybody.
Chief of police.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's broken down to this. And this is where your leadership comes in and your management skills comes in. So when I first got there, I'm sitting here, Mayor, you got to sign this. Mayor, you got to sign this. Mayor, you got to sign this. I'm like, no, okay. Why am I signing stuff for this and that? Well, because the mayor signs it.
Oh.
What do you mean the mayor signs it? I don't know what's going on in the police department.
Right.
You know what? I'm about to go back to my the corporate days.
Yeah.
Where are my department heads at? Department heads, from this point forward, anything coming out of your department, your signature.
Yeah.
Now, if it gets to a point where it needs not only my signature, but my approval, let's talk about it. But everything has to go through council. If you notice, your listeners, we approve every 2 weeks, we approve all expenses.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. That's what the council meetings are for.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Didn't know that either.
So, the council meeting. So a lot of people, is the council meeting for the public to come?
Absolutely.
Because I be seeing some of them on TV and then nobody really there.
Right.
No, is it boring? It can be boring. But so every invoice that comes in within those 2 week time periods, they get paid at council meeting.
Okay.
The check does not get cut until council says, and I'm going to be an example. Motion to approve all receivables from January 1 to January 15th. Second the motion. Any questions to the motion? All those in favor? Roll call, please. Alderman 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can pay the bills.
Oh.
You can't pay the bills. Now, for example, the podcast had an invoice. Your Honor, I moved to take out invoice for podcast, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you take that out, we don't pay that bill. Now the alderman want to know why are we paying them? I tell them why we pay them, then we put it back in the bill run.
Okay.
So to this point about the mayor can do everything, no. So every 2 weeks, we pay bills, receivables, accountables, all every 2 weeks, the business of the city is doing the council meeting. All the rest of the stuff is just public comment, and it could be confusing because you think, no. Motion for this, motion for that. It's called new business or old business or city business. You want to do, you see the road construction. Motion to have contract da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da for $1.2 million. If the council say no, you can't do it.
Oh.
Because Waukegan definitely need to fix the damn streets, man.
Yeah, and that's
I ain't putting that blame on
DJ
you.
go, come on, man.
No. But he's absolutely right. So that's why, and I'm going to get to that, but that's why it's important that our viewers understand what the mayor's job. So the mayor's job is, part of that is getting a plan to the alderman so we can have. I did what's called a capital improvement plan.
Okay.
Capital improvement plan laid out all of my streets, all of my buildings, all of the sidewalks, all of that is part of my capital improvement plan. And a capital improvement plan should be upgraded every 5 years. So the current mayor should be updating the capital improvement plan now that's going to take you out to another 5 years. And within those 5 years, you've identified Utica, McAllister, 120, Grand Avenue. You've identified all those streets, how bad they are, how good they are, how long they can last. And then now you do the funding. Mayor's gonna take us $2 million for example, Washington Street, Washington from Green Bay Road, probably up to Jackson. That's $2 million.
Wow.
That's $2 million just that street alone. That's how bad it is.
That ain't even that far neither now.
It's not that far. So
I see why they be piecing it out.
That's why they piece it. So you see some
I'm
places.
sorry. I see why they piece it out.
So, but of course, the other people gonna say, well, you can go to like Gurney, Highland Park, Lake Forest. I know the property taxes might be a little higher, but I don't know how this stuff go. But it's like they streets be smooth as butter.
Well, I'm gonna tell you where you see the smoothest butter at. So for me, when I go to the first place I go to cities, I check out their streets. Bro, you'd be surprised. You're probably gonna look at Libertyville, Vernon Hills, Lincolnshire. Why? Those communities are not as old as Waukegan.
Okay.
Waukegan is 100 years old or older. North
I didn't know
Chicago.
that. I didn't even know that.
So before there was a county,
Yeah.
Waukegan was it.
Okay.
So our stuff is 100 years old. Their stuff is 50 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Their stuff is different. Our streets. So you have. I'm gonna give you an example. So Genesee Street.
Right.
Under Genesee Street, it's brick under there, right?
Yep. Yes.
I ain't know that one.
It's brick.
Yeah.
It's about 3 inches, maybe 3 to 4 inches of asphalt, but underneath that asphalt, it's pretty brick. It is
I never
gorgeous
knew that.
looking brick.
Red brick.
Red brick.
I never knew that
Yes. So
Ask me how I know.
So all those things right there, but underneath all that, our bridges are probably 60, 70 years old, man.
one. So not to cut you off though, Mr. Mayor. So somebody asked a question. Dennis Sin asks, what does Sam think about remember, y'all, he's not the damn mayor right now, y'all. y'all can't be flipping these questions on him. But
That's good.
they ask him $680,000 for Genesee Street Bridge rehabilitation project.
Yes. No, it's actually more than that. The Genesee Street Bridge, I thought we had estimated about 1.2 million.
Wow.
That's that bridge.
What Genesee Bridge is we talking about?
All right. You know what Greentown is at, right?
Greentown, right?
Yeah. That's the original Genesee Street Bridge. That's one of the oldest bridges in Waukegan.
Wow.
And Waukegan is 100 years old.
When I was a kid, I remember somebody fell over there, fell off from playing or something. This was when I was a kid, but I remember that. But yeah, that is a bridge.
But that's not the Genesee.
The creek used to run through there. Or whatever.
It still runs through there. So that's not the worst one. You know what the worst one is, right? The Belvedere Bridge going 120. Remember that bridge when you get off 120, getting ready to go down to the beach?
Yep.
That's the worst one right now.
120 to the bridge.
Going to the downtown.
Okay.
Going down, yeah. So that I think
Where Slater's was all that.
Yeah. So I think that one's right around $500,000. $500,000 for those. And listen, the infrastructure on these cities is massive. It's massive. So they're doing lead lines. So when I was mayor, the federal government came back and said, we want all lead lines taken out. It's called an unfunded mandate. So the federal government say, you guys got to take out all the lead lines in your city, and I want it done by 2030. We said, oh, great. The federal government's going to pay for this. No. These are your cities. You guys should have been maintaining this, but we want all the lead lines out so kids don't get hurt, which they're right.
Right.
But you're going to put a stipulation on me and they ain't going to give me no money. So now we have to go back to who? Taxpayers.
And raise it.
Boom. So
we just learned something, bro.
So when you hear about all of these what's called unfunded mandates, for example, the President Bush came in and he says, no child left behind. But he didn't put no money attached to the No Child Left Behind. He said that all your local schools, every kid should be at this level as they go on. But they didn't put no money behind it.
Put no money behind it.
So now the school says, well, we got bare enough money to do this. How are we going to do that? How do we do that? And I'm going to get into this right quick. Revenue. What is the revenue of cities, of school district? What revenue? We don't sell pop, do we? We don't sell potato chips.
No.
We don't make a product. We don't have a product. Our major revenue stream. Matter of fact, for the school district, the only revenue stream is what? Property taxes. That's their only revenue stream.
Only way we get it, huh?
That's the only. For the cities, our revenue stream is property tax, was 37% of our budget. Sales tax, fees. Those two combined make up our budget. So when you want that new street, I get you. But in order for me to give you that street, I gotta get some more money, or I gotta cut. And those days.
When you say cut, what do you got? So you meaning cutting?
Cut
What
jobs, services,
Machete.
So when you so these are the things. These are the things that the leaders of the. I'm going to say, ma'am, as a leader, you have to balance. So you have to start asking yourself, what can we do to make sure we get the level of services that is needed by the city to give to our customers, not taxpayers, but our customers.
Right.
So here, I have a different philosophy than this mayor. This mayor says, I pay for everything now. I pay for everything now. So that means if I need $20 million to do a road, I take it out of the kitty and pay $20 million. I'm not a fan of taking all of your cash out the bank to take care of that. Our cities are like our homes.
Yeah.
So you get a 30-year mortgage on a home, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you have 30 years to pay it off. And in 30 years, you see the reward. The upkeep is what's killing us. That's where my public works come from. You see them out there in the cold sometimes. Water main breaks. You know Felly McKnight.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Them water main breaks. That's because there's so much pressure on that 100-year-old system. It's gonna break, but it costs cash.
100 years.
So that is the job of the mayor and where I'm at. And man, I love it. Listen, I enjoy all that, bro. To be honest.
So the mayor ain't too stressful for you then?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Because for me, it'd be stressful. What about you, Paul?
It's stressful days.
I'm stressed.
When he
Listen to
told
this.
me the breakdown,
I'm
I was
stressed.
done then. I don't know about y'all a whole, but when he told me the breakdown of,
Yeah, but
and then
people
everybody
don't
reporting to
and
him,
that's
and
good.
then
He's breaking it down so he can let people understand what's going on and how this money work. They just think money is just there, and it's like they ain't using it right.
well, I know I'm gonna say
They
something when
spending
my
it on
taxes get
this.
high. When my taxes get high, I'm upset.
I mean, taxes go up. I mean, you got to figure taxes going up everywhere. I mean, it's no stopping that.
Right.
No, it is. It is. But
It's just no stopping
I believe. See, I'm not a fan of the current taxation for schools, and here's why: you own a home, I own a home, you own a home.
Not me, but it sound
no,
good though.
No. You do. If you're renting, and you've been a long-term renter, the rent that he's getting from you to pay the tax, you're doing it. I used to tell my folks, no, how long you been in this house? 10 years? Bro, you're doing it. So for me to put the burden of paying for our educational system on the backs of a third of the people who own property, that's just not fair.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of using income tax. Why income tax? Because everybody gets taxes taken out of the income.
Okay.
Everyone. I don't care where you work, who you are, how much a piece of that should then be what, okay, this is for education. 3 cents, 4 cents out of your income for education. That property tax, man, is just not a sustainable system, but it's the only system that we have. You're telling me only 1 out of 10 people, only 3 get to pay for the school district what 20 people are benefiting from. That's just not fair.
You right about that. Hey, Sissy said it like that.
That's not fair.
Hey,
but on income, on income, now that school, everybody gets, okay, your kid going to school, you get to pay too. But now, and this is why with folks who don't have children in the schools, like, dang, when you get that little blue piece of paper, that assessment,
So somebody did ask, why is Gurnee not in that? Gurnee school or Gurnee?
Good question.
Great question.
Let's go.
Well, Waukegan, Gurnee, I think you can't compare that. Great America and Gurnee Mills can pay all them damn taxes.
Let me. I'm thank whoever you are. Thank you very much. So Gurnee has not levied property tax. I think 20 years. But here's why. Those car dealerships you see over there in Gurnee, you know where they used to be at? Waukegan, Green Bay Road.
That's right. That is
Every last one of those dealerships used to be on Waukegan, in Waukegan.
Almost from Grand to all the way to Belvedere was almost like
car dealership
everywhere.
Remember?
All old school.
Those, you take those, and what they've done out there with Great America, Gurnee Mills, it's called sales tax. Next time you go out there to Gurnee Mills, anywhere in that area, look at your bills. It's going to say sales tax, and look at that sales tax.
Look at your bills. Look at your receipt when
Right
you're in
now.
Gurnee area, y'all.
Okay.
Right now.
So that sales tax helps fund their city. They get enough sales tax where they don't have to levy for a property tax.
Dang.
We don't have that. So when I was getting a lot of criticism, Sam want to bring, entertainment center called a casino. It's going to, every time you do cha-ching, that's a sale.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
that's a sale.
Wow.
So for us, for mom and pop businesses, those are sales. Those are sales tax. So if we had in our downtown a robust downtown who was generating a lot of sales tax, now the goal is for your sales tax to outdo or generate more revenue than your property tax. Why? Sales tax go up, property tax go down.
Yeah.
Sales tax go up, property. I don't need as much of that burden. That's the goal. That's the key.
Didn't know that.
The key is sale. Oh, he's putting a tax on sales tax. I'm gonna take it to when you go to Chicago.
13%. I'm on Michigan Avenue.
13%.
So that means if you spend $1,000, guess what? $130 is gonna be taxes. So your $1,000 went to $1,130.
Who complains? How many people complains about the sales tax?
No, we going to the Gucci store.
So the question is, why does Gurnee don't? Because their sales tax or their robust economy out there is enough to overcome, to generate and to operate their city. Now, in defense to Waukegan's population is at 125,000.
Okay.
Gurnee's
Right now?
population, yeah.
With all the essays hiding?
Nah, bruh. So on the books,
No, I'm serious because it's like I know it can't be everything. I'm being serious.
On the books, he said.
on the books.
Oh, okay, on the books.
So
Okay.
on the books,
On the books.
Okay,
we're
on the
about
books.
90,000. We're about 90,000.
But you're saying it's more than 90.
So, but we service, and how do we find out what we service? By the number of police and fire calls you get. You can do it's a gauge you can have.
Okay, I didn't know
So
that.
now here's
They
what
used to
everybody.
have the thing where you fill out the house thing at the home and tell how many
Census.
people- Yeah, census. Yeah.
Yeah. So the census in our community, we'll talk about it a little bit. The census is people very reluctant. And if you take a look, when our parents came from the South to the North, they did the census. No, I don't be telling nobody my business. Ain't nobody who in my house. And now certainly with our Latino community and with immigration and things like that, they're just skeptical. And they have every reason to be. I ain't blaming
Oh
man.
yeah, they ain't.
So
Yeah, definitely.
So from a standpoint of Waukegan, here's what you don't know. Waukegan is the 9th largest city in the state of Illinois. But peep
I
this.
didn't know that.
But peep this. We are the largest community north of Lake Cook Road.
I can believe that one though.
We're from Route 12 to the lake. We're the largest community. Compounding, we are the largest majority community in the northern part of the state of Illinois. So we are a huge community, guys. We have 360 square miles of roads.
So what about Gurnee? You think they have more?
No, they don't. Dude, we're 3 times bigger than Gurnee.
Well, you got to figure Gurnee represents all shopping, all restaurants, Great America, Gurnee Mills, car lots.
Yeah, so a lot of that
don't have
commerce.
that.
So a lot of that commerce left the Waukegan area and then migrated west. Understand?
Rosen.
Yeah. So all of that migrated west.
I worked there.
So now our economy base is a lot of manufacturing. That's why we want companies to say their hometown is Waukegan. Right. So any product they sell, we get sales tax from that. So you see,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why when companies say, I'm going to Milwaukee, I'm going to Pleasant Prairie, they're leaving the taxing body. They go to Pleasant Prairie to give them a break for sales tax for 10 years.
They just glad to have you there though, because there's nothing there.
Yeah, so
you gotta remember that too.
Metline. So Metline, remember Metline was here?
That's right.
Every product that they sold, we got to sell so because they sold it here. We get a tax from it. When they went to Pleasant Prairie,
nothing.
You probably,
now I understand.
So you probably lost.
Teach me the game.
You probably lost from a revenue standpoint. You lost. You probably lost about $4 or $5 million.
That was enough to do your street on Washington.
I'll give you another example. Commonwealth Edison. What Commonwealth Edison did to Zion, you know how much money they lost? $20 million.
That was the plant they had.
And our taxes went up.
Dude, $20 million.
Our taxes went up.
Well, they had to go up.
From $6,500 to $13,000.
Well, understand, where are you going to fill a gap of $20 million at?
Like you said, the residents.
Zion taxes is how much?
If you got over an acre and a half, you're paying $12,000 to $13,000, buddy, unincorporated.
Yeah, you know.
So unincorporated is not Zion taxes then.
You pay for both schools, Beach Park and Zion.
Yeah, the school.
Ask me how I know.
So the school district line is totally different than that. But you know who's going through that right now? Warren Township, Gurnee. Them schools, man.
I can agree with that, but not Zion schools and stuff. Cause
what?
No,
yes.
Doc.
Man, the community.
You're looking at it from that side.
Okay, my bad.
They're looking at it from a
us.
side of what does it cost to operate this district.
You remember what he said, right?
So when I lost $20 million, I got to fill that gap $20 million, or I need to lay off
spending.
2 things got to go.
Yeah.
You said where the hatchet at? You got to cut. So when
This
we
is
left
about
Commonwealth
government.
Edison, Zion folks would know about that. We lost that down there. We lost a lot. So that's why.
But
That's why we're trying to build it back up by bringing, like you said. So the importance is to bring business in.
Okay.
Commerce.
Cha-ching.
Bring them commerce in.
To cha-chings, anything you could think of, the
one-
mom and paws.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say about Zion, then I'm not buying a house in Zion. There, if the taxes
Hey,
is
look
like
here.
that.
This ain't the show for that. I'll talk to you later. After
No,
I
I'm
get
saying,
off.
yeah,
I'll
it's
tell you right now.
Listen, man, the community in which you live in, you make that, man. For me, I love Waukegan. I love Waukegan.
I love it too.
But
I love that.
but the city where you go must be conducive for you and your partner, certainly your children, and you make those decisions based on them. For the
That's
love
true.
of it, you would love to be in North Chicago. You would love to probably stay on the set, but I got to make a decision for me and my family and what's in the best interest for me and my family. And that, at the end of the day, I respect that.
And so basically people nowadays, like the people coming up at our age, is looking for the schools, what the schools got to
And
offer.
you're supposed to be.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, but I mean,
Right now, if you had to make a decision,
But
where
it's
would you
like-
go? I mean, just if you
Where
had a
I'ma
little
go?
kid,
If
you
I
got
was
a
in
kid
high
5
school
years
right
old.
now-
You got a kid 5 years old. Where you going? Where you moving to? I mean, keep it real. We had the Real Talk podcast right now.
I'm
Sam,
getting-
tell them to keep it real.
okay, then. Well, I'm getting somewhere between 45 and going west toward 83, between 45 83 on Washington. So they either going to
Why? Just why though? Just
because the school districts is better, the community is safer. Like I took my kids out of North Chicago when they was going to AJ Casimir. I took them out of there because they had way too many problems and kids pulling on their head and all that. No, I didn't want my kids to be fighters. I took them out of North Chicago. I put them out there at Woodland schools, and it was like, man, they graduated high school, they went to college, and they all working in
corporate America.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, okay, I took that chance, but to me right now, if I was to go back to high school, I'm not saying nothing bad about Waukegan, but I do think it's some cities that's
one of the things.
Room of improvement.
One quick one.
Yes, sir.
Quick one. Tell us about the importance of Waukegan water system and the access to Great Lakes and how it can be used for business.
Okay.
For business.
So, everyone listen.
I got to hear it.
and this is for what again?
Water.
Water.
The water system.
So,
Water
Yes.
is free, right? No.
Talk to us now. Talk to us now. He gonna tell us now.
it's less expensive in Waukegan than any place else, but it's not free. So, here's the water. Here's the importance of us. It's going to be Waukegan, North Chicago, Highland Park, Lake Forest, Lake Bluff.
Right.
We have what is called a water plant. So we have a line. We have lines out in the Lake Michigan that we pump into our water plant in order to provide water.
Correct.
And I seen that, Paul, because my uncle Robert Rogers, Chicago Bob. Oh yeah, he retired from the water plant. He took me in there.
Yeah.
Big old thing go way out there and it sucks it in.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands of gallons, and it cleans it like a washing machine.
Your uncle, let me tell you about his uncle.
Crazy.
His uncle is credited to upgrading Waukegan's water plant back in the 90s, early 2000s. Major. Oh, Roger, tough man in that water.
yeah.
Roger can go right now with his certification in the country. He'll hire him
Anywhere.
tomorrow.
Anywhere.
That's how important that water is.
Anywhere.
So if you ever
Listen
want
to
a
this,
career,
y'all. Listen to this,
if you ever want
man.
a career, get in the water. So let me get back to the importance of us. So we're able. We need about 11 million gallons to satisfy the water needs of our customers. When I say our customers, citizens, and we also supply water to Beach Park. So Beach Park water is our water.
What?
It gets better. Green Oaks, you know what Green Oaks is?
Yeah,
know
That's
that.
Waukegan water.
I didn't know that one.
See?
Oh, you really about to love this
So
one.
if anybody argue with me for Beach Park, I'm gonna cut your water off. No,
Yeah,
just joking, but I never do that one. That's crazy.
Here's what you really. Gurney Mills would not have been built without Waukegan water.
Wow.
That's deep. Gurney Mills won't be built without that good Waukegan water. Okay.
So
Turn that faucet.
when you're talking about a water is the most precious commodity on the northern part, particularly the northern, now it's northern, east, northwest part. Why? You guys have city water. You've never experienced well.
I've been in the South before.
No, I'm talking about up here.
No, up here.
No.
So the further west you go,
That's why they have well water.
they have wells.
That's
Well,
why.
Because they getting the water from them rivers, ain't they?
Well, it's well water, wherever, you know.
It's well water.
It's deep water. But wells are drying up. That's one. Two, certainly your children, you tell them they got well water and septic, what they going to tell you?
Ew.
Dad, I ain't going to
Smell like eggs in the house.
So, and on top of that,
You just boil it, Paul.
how are you going to sell these homes? Ain't nobody coming to buy no 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
No well water.
They ain't gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. So now, having that water, now the price of water. City of Waukegan has the third lowest cost per month for water rates. in the state.
Why though?
You know what the average water bill in Chicago is?
No.
$1.50 per month. Per month.
Okay.
Waukegan's average water bill is probably 35, 36. The mayor, they did a rate increase. They said it's for lead. That I disagree with because we had them built in, purposely built in for that reason. But that's another conversation.
Ooh.
So our rates, the water rates here are the third lowest in the state of Illinois. Can't beat it, man. Can't beat it.
Yeah, it sounds like you can't beat that now.
You can't
Come
beat
on
it.
now.
So in the county of Lake, I think we're the lowest. We have the lowest water rates, probably outside of North Chicago, because we have our own water plant we get to do. So water is the new machine, gambling machine. Because as we, Wadsworth, Antioch, Round Lake, man, they tap into us, the water rates come down. I think their average bill out there is about $1.50 a month, or $100 a month.
So you got to think too that water, like people think water should be free. But if you think it should be free, maybe y'all should just get y'all a couple 5-gallon buckets, go on to Lake Michigan and get that non-filtered water.
And non-filtered water.
Non-filtered water.
Let's get to this fun talk, man. We've been talking good. Now, how do you spend your time off now? Now, how you spend your time off now? We had a real talk podcast.
Yeah.
Now, you know, brother used to go to the gym and do it up. Man,
The fun things, what makes,
going to the, I'm serious, man, I used to love to go play a little ball, get a little sweat, work out a little bit. But now, man, I got that bug. I got that golf bug, man.
Okay, that golf bug.
That golf bug.
Because I think I seen you at the gym, the Thanksgiving takeover hoop one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, he ain't have it in him, so you look good out there.
Dude, listen,
But
that bulldog gym, man, I used to be able to go up there and
the
man, up and
dog
down.
pound.
Hey, B man, come on. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But I do some golf, and I play golf. I'm learning how to profess golf. Love live jazz. Love it.
I definitely was about to ask about that music.
Jazz,
Yeah.
man, love it. And
What's the favorite artist there?
Favorite artist?
Just give us 3, man. Like if you, it don't have to be jazz. Just artists that you like, good music. R&B.
What's his name? Gosh, I can tell you. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Listen, man.
Man, listening, he got a nice playlist. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got. So I'm on a Jaheim.
Oh yeah.
Maze.
There you go.
Maze, when you say Maze, Frankie Beverly Maze, or just
Frankie Belly and Maze.
Oh,
Yes, Frankie
okay, there
Belly
you
and
go.
Maze. This is probably gonna sound controversial. But the music, we're talking about the music, right?
that's it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we talking about music.
I think the man musically, certainly his social life and his life went crazy on him. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. But R. Kelly's music, his music.
Oh, you can't take
You
that.
can't take it from
that.
K-
Yeah, that music
his
is
music.
just there. Yeah.
K. John.
K. John, that good stepping music. K.
Yeah.
That good stepping music right there.
And listen, all of us here.
He didn't say
Blues.
Gap Band. I'm hurt. You ain't say nothing about the Gap
Oh,
Band.
well, you know that-
You ain't go back a little bit.
Okay, Gap.
Sam, you grew up around this.
You know Charlie Wilson. You know Charlie
Uncle.
Wilson.
Slave?
Uncle Charlie.
Nothing slave? No slave?
know
You
what?
ain't went back a little bit.
No, I didn't.
Y'all
but-
pay attention to
But-
this.
but-
He
but
is not
listen.
invited to the 70s party.
But listen to this though. If you go see them live, it's a whole new experience when you check all those guys live. You're like, oh my goodness, it sounds totally different when you listen. When you see them live and you see the instruments.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and listen, dude, they're doing this for 45 an hour non-stop. You know the energy you gotta have to do that?
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
And they up there in age now.
Yeah, they're up there.
And
and
they
they-
still
up there in
getting it.
age. They
Still
still
getting it.
getting
No,
it.
you can't leave the blues out, man. You can't leave the blues out. I'm a Joe Simon fan.
Sam Cooke,
Tyrone Davis.
Blues, ain't he?
Sam Cooke. He's kind of bluesy, jazzy, bluesy.
Okay.
But what I truly enjoy is listening to live music. Live music, man.
you go.
It's a difference. And you can tell who is gifted in this. and those who are not. And as a DJ, I hope you appreciate me. Like, yeah, man.
Man, I like your selection. Paul over here with the 60s and 70s. Like, calm down, Paul.
As instrumental.
So
Instrumental. You gotta hear it.
The instrumental,
system. You ain't heard the system. You know
yeah.
that.
So
Don't disturb this groove.
beside music, you know, a couple things I just wanted to ask before we end this show. You are running for 2025 mayor of Waukegan.
Yes, I'm running for re-election. Hands down, we're running for re-election. And let me tell you why. I'm running for re-election because when I became mayor, I said I was going to do 2 terms. I was going to do 2 terms. We're going to set this system up so anybody can follow it and continue to update. What did we do? We updated our marketing plan called a comprehensive plan. Our comprehensive plan dated back to 1980.
Wow.
1980. So that means all of our thought process, all of our processing, all of our thinking is still back when I wasn't even in high school.
Right.
The Bears won the Super Bowl then.
85 now.
85.
So,
Yeah,
back
right.
then.
I said he said 80s.
So I said, we're going to set this up. We did a comprehensive plan. What else did we do? We started changing the look of Waukegan. The old Waukegan, I love it. Power to the people.
Yeah.
But there's a new Waukegan that I want your children to say, I want to live in city of Waukegan. We must get that prepared. What did we do? We came in, we're going to do a comprehensive plan, and we're going to invest in our city. I had some aldermen tell me, even the current mayor, no, we can't invest now. We don't want to be in debt. Don't tell me about this debt thing. I'm going to invest in my city. If we don't generate enough funds to drop $20 million a year into our infrastructure. So what do?
Nah, that makes it good.
You mortgage that out. You say, hey, over the next 30 years, we call them bonds. I did bonds. Over the next 30 years, I'm going to get $50 million right now, drop it into my city over the next 3 years. So now it's up here. We have enough money that gets generated that we pay those bonds off that we don't have to put on the tax roll. We call it abatement. Mm-hmm. So I make enough money to abate it so it doesn't go on the tax roll. Well, we don't want to do that because we're going to put the city in debt. Listen, if we generated enough money that we can drop $20 million a year, we'll do that. Instead, mortgage that out. That's what a mortgage is. And you want to do that. Call it what you like. You don't like the man, do like the man, but it's here. Donald Trump said, cash is king.
And it's crazy because like the same people that's probably saying something about it, they owe damn near probably about 10 people right now on their credit report. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man. I just don't understand. But
invest in Waukegan, and that's what I'm all about. And it's right thing to do.
It is.
It's right thing to do, man.
So with that being said, how can we get, I'm speaking of all race out here, white, brown, green, orange, black, it don't matter. How do we get the people to get out here and vote? It seems like it's just hard.
The younger.
Man, some of these old folks don't vote.
But you know what?
But they go to these clubs and, you know, all these party spots on time. But voting, like I say, the mayor is almost like the city president.
Yes.
You know, when you talking about the president of the United States, you should be saying the president of our city, Sam Cunningham. You know what I mean? That's just the same thing. So I just feel like, how can we get these people to get up and vote? And is there early voting, or how does that work?
So
I know how to vote, but
so the voting process has evolved. As even when you were growing up in me, you had to vote on election day, or maybe you do an early vote if you're handicapped, if you're having some problems medically, you cannot get to the polls. In today's world, for voting, they have made it as easy, is very transparent, and it has evolved. And it has evolved into you can early vote. What does early vote mean? That means you can call and say, send my ballot home, send my ballot to my house right now. You send the ballot to the house. You get it. What's up, big fella? What's big fella?
That's a big killer.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You get it. You get it at the home. You vote at home, and then you send the ballot back. That's one way.
So
the next one is you can go to the courthouse and vote.
And this is early.
Before election day.
See, people need to know this now. Y'all pay attention.
There's another one. And then ultimately on election day, you can go and vote. So it's not, let's talk about why should you vote? Let's dive into that. So you don't like Sam. Fine, you don't like Sam. Here is what we call voter turnout. As the mayor, when I get ready to go talk to the governor, talk to the president, talk to the county board, the state senator, state representative, Rita, Adrian, Brad Schneider. Mayor, Waukegan's turnout is only 2%. Gurney's turnout is 40%.
Yeah.
Now, understand, and certainly I'm not saying that this is what they do. I'm just telling you these are the facts.
Yeah.
The facts is, where do we put our money at? So when we handed out these state grants for roads, for schools, for whatever, where are we going to logically you would think they should go in a shared pot. But if this group over here, this city is turning out more people to vote, that means that they care about what? They care about their schools. They care about their roads.
Everything.
And that's how it is just perceived. Man, Waukegan don't even care, man. They don't care about nothing. Wow. I ain't vote. Here's where me, as a South Sider, as a Waukeganite, working class community, and when I say working class, we have all levels of the income scale in Waukegan, from the low income to the high income. Yeah. But we care. We care. And I'm even go as far, Waukegan, North Chicago's on, we care.
There you go.
Don't tell me that we don't. But one of the ways to show that we care,
get out and vote.
Get out and vote.
Get out and vote. You heard it here. We got to end up closing here.
Okay.
It was good having Sam Cunningham in.
Yeah.
DJ Gold. Our time is
future mayor, 2025, y'all. Please get out there and vote, man.
Please. Thank you.
That's all we ask.
Shout out to everybody.
Thank y'all for
tuning
watching.
in.
Thank you for sharing.
Please share. Please.
I want to thank you, too, for having me. It's been
an honor.
It's been a pleasure to be here, to hang out with you.
The 40th mayor.
And we call it Chop It Up. We chopped it up.
We chopped it up.
Yeah.
40th, man. We feel privileged, man. Honored, man. We thank you, man. And we just thank you for your time. We know your schedule busy, man. But, man, please, y'all, get out there and vote. Voting is very important, man.
It is.
Hey.
People died. They died to vote.
Shout out to everybody in there. We out of here. We at the Real Podcast. Come on, y'all.
Real Talk Podcast. You better get it right,
take care.
Paul.
God bless. Thank you for having me.
You ahead and finish it, man. We out of here.
Y'all have a good one, man. Thank y'all for checking in.
Sun's out. La 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 la. And it feels so good. La 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 la. On the right side. La 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 la. And it feels so good. Let's go. La 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 la.
Praying hands to the Father, oh, way too good to be bothered, oh, living life with no stress, yes, every minute's my best, yes, feel like I'm winning the lottery, buying my mama a house is harder than pottery, winning it just like I oughta be, things looking up, I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life, everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new, sun is about to break through, ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the right side. 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 It's that tank top weather, oh. All my friends get together, oh. Feel it couldn't be better, yes. Tell me this is forever, yeah. Summer days they're getting hotter, shit getting up out the water. Baby, it's beautiful, so glad the future is wavy. Colors are crazy. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the right side. I'm living on the side. The chemistry's right. I'm feeling so alive. Dreams flying in the sky. And I'm never coming back. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in a fresh mood, glossy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 I'm living on the bright side.